Ladies and gentlemen, we now present George Edwards in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Well, Henry, dear, are you all ready to go?
Yes, Mother. The carriage is waiting. We'll be off as soon as Margaret finishes putting the final touches to her toilet. Oh, what a pity you're not coming too.
I'll be very comfortable at home by the fire with my knitting and an interesting book. Much more to my taste than hunt balls.
Are you sure you wouldn't like me to stay with you?
No, I wouldn't dream of it. Besides, who'll chaperone Margaret?
Dear me, have I got to do that?
You're not to go off playing whist and forgetting all about the child, Henry.
Don't worry, Mother. I'll keep an eye on her. Oh, here she is now.
Come along in, dear, and let's have a look at you. My, what a lovely dress.
Do you like it? Daddy bought it for me when he was over in Paris last month. I've been saving it up for this.
Oh, it's perfect. Just perfect. I'd no idea your father had such good taste in ladies' ball dresses.
Our good friend may have a side to his nature that we've never suspected, my dear.
Do you like it, Henry?
I'll tell you what I think of it when we're dancing the first waltz.
Well, if we don't make a start, you'll be too late. Let me help you on with your cloak, Margaret, yeah?
Oh, just a moment. Henry, pass me over that little case on the table by the window.
This one?
Yes, thank you. Come here a moment, Margaret. See, these are some pearls I wore when I was a girl. The clasp's a little old-fashioned, perhaps, but I like it all the same. Bend down, my dear, and let me put them around your neck.
Why, Auntie Marion.
If I'd had a daughter, they would have been hers. Providence gave me a son, but he also gave me you, dearest girl. There now, don't they look nice against that snowy neck of yours?
They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, how can I ever thank you enough?
Well, come along. Let's go. Good night, Mother, darling. Take care of yourself while we're away.
Indeed I will. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Margaret, darling, what a dream of a frock. You look divine. Thanks, Molly. Yours is lovely, too. Is my hair all right at the back? Of course it is. If only I had red hair like yours. And such lovely curls. What's wrong with yours? It shines just like satin. And black hair looks marvelous with your blue eyes. Well, I hope Vincent thinks so. He's asked me for 3 dances. That looks hopeful, doesn't it? You really like him, do you? Do I? If he doesn't propose this season, I'll go into a convent. I can't imagine it. Come along if you're ready and let's go down. Henry's waiting for me at the foot of the stairs. My dear, are things still as strong as ever between you two? Yes, I'm afraid so. I can't understand it myself. Of course, I'm all for fidelity in the long run, but you've never even tried anyone else. Now, I had half a dozen flutters before I finally settled on Vincent. Half a dozen? You started flirting before you were out of school. Oh, well, I never could endure the thought that I might be missing something. Look, do you see that woman going downstairs now? Which one? The one wearing the white dress and the emeralds. Yes. Rather marvelous, isn't she? Do you know who she is? She's Mrs. Marchbanks. Mrs. Marchbanks? Yes. Don't you know? She's an American. I heard Mother and Aunt Eleanor talking about her after dinner. They didn't know I could hear. My dear, there's been a terrible lot of scandal over her. She's divorced. No. Absolutely. And they say... Oh, is that the one? Oh, do let's stop and look over the balcony at her. She is smart, isn't she? Well, do you wonder? Oh, Molly, you're dreadful. Just look at the men flocking round her. Oh, bother. What hope have we got with flounces and forget-me-nots against a dress like hers? My goodness, there's Vincent. I'm going down before he catches sight of her. See you later, Margaret. Good luck, darling. Thanks, dear.
Margaret, what luck? I've been looking all over the place for you. Where's your dance program?
Oh, hello, John. I'm afraid it's pretty full.
Now, let's have a look. HJ. No need to ask who that is. Has he got a monopoly over you?
There's a polka and a quadrille in the second half.
Yes, but I don't want to polka with you or dance in a set. I want to waltz. I want to be able to talk to you, to tell you how marvelous you look. You know, I haven't seen you for an age, Margaret.
I'm afraid there isn't a waltz left.
What about this one? It's hardly started.
Oh, not this. I promised it to Henry. Look, he's waiting for me at the foot of the stairs. Oh.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Would you like to have this waltz, John?
Would I? But didn't you say that Henry...
I thought this was the first waltz. I made a mistake. He's dancing this one with that American woman, Mrs. Marchbanks.
Is he? Well, I never could stand her before, but now I'll be grateful to her forever. Come along, don't let's miss a bar of it. You know, I've been thinking of you all the time I've been away, Margaret. Do you know, even in Italy, I was counting the days. Why, I don't believe you're paying the least attention to what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, John, dear. What was it?
I was telling you that you're the most beautiful woman in this room, and I'm madly in love with you.
Stop it, John, please. You mustn't.
Why not?
Because...
Of Henry? Oh, you don't need to tell me. It's always been him, hasn't it? Even when we were children. Do you remember that time I begged you to be my partner at the Christmas party, and you wouldn't give me an answer because you were waiting for Henry to ask you?
Indeed I do. We had a quarrel over it, and I fell down some stone steps and cut my head.
That's putting it mildly, isn't it? I heard that Henry pushed you down.
Oh, what nonsense. Whoever told you that?
Oh, one of the servants saw it happen and told my sister's governess or something. I believe he was a real little fiend at times.
John, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. A lot of servants gossip.
Well, he was, wasn't he? I remember him flying into the most awful tempers sometimes. I'll bet there's a good deal of old Nick in him still.
John, I didn't dance with you to talk about Henry.
That's right. Let's forget him. Now, how about getting out of here? It's horribly crowded. I hear that Lady Winterton's show of begonias is wonderful this year. Like to see them? The conservatory is just through this door.
John, you're irresistible.
If only I thought you meant it.
Tell me about yourself, Dr. Jekyll. What do you do besides hit a horse like a red Indian? I was watching you at the hunt today.
Were you? I didn't see you.
Oh, no. I'm no Amazon. I was comfortably wrapped up in rugs and getting a view from the Marchioness's carriage.
Oh.
Do you utterly despise me for that?
Oh, not at all. It seems right enough somehow. I couldn't imagine you riding over fences and getting splashed with water and mud.
Or landing head first in a ditch.
Poor Tilly Lansdowne. She did take a tumble, didn't she?
You know, you dance as well as you ride.
Oh.
Do you know that?
You'll have my head turned soon.
Does it turn easily?
Too easily. Whenever a pretty woman passes by.
How old are you?
Oh, now, that's not fair.
Why? You're not still so young that you're ashamed of your age, are you?
Well, I'm 22.
And everything to learn. No, not everything. I can see that now. There's just that about your eyes.
But still, a lot. A whole lot. If anyone would teach me.
Are you an apt pupil?
A diligent one.
Well, we'll see. Are you fond of flowers, Dr. Jekyll?
Well, that all depends.
I believe Lady Winterton's hothouse is marvelous. Someone was telling me.
Well, the conservatory's just through this door. Shall we go?
Let's go back, John. This dance must be nearly over now.
Oh, there'll be at least 10 minutes before the next one commences.
But I can't stay out here. People will talk.
About us? Oh, I wish they would. Unfortunately, they all know I've been pursuing you for years and you won't even look at me. Suppose I keep you out here and compromise you.
You are absurd. What good would that do?
If I only go far enough, you might have to marry me.
You'd have to go a long way.
I'd go to the ends of the earth for you, Margaret. I mean that. I'm always fooling with you, but you know how much I really care, don't you?
Please, John.
Oh, I know. All right, let's go back to the ballroom and I'll hand you over to your rightful guardian. But do you know what I'd like to do?
No.
Take young Henry out and knock him down for what he did to you a while ago.
What do you mean?
Margaret, don't think I didn't see. He went off with that soulless, unscrupulous American hussy when he should have danced with you.
Oh, I...
Darling, don't let him hurt you. I feel afraid sometimes when I think of you with him.
What do you mean?
I can't say. What would you think of me? I'm his rival. I can't talk about him to you. Tell you what I know.
There isn't anything. I'll not believe a thing.
No, I didn't think you would. Well, let's go back.
Listen, there's someone coming.
They won't see us if we stay where we are.
Tell me, Dr. Jekyll, do you ever come up to London?
Well, sometimes, but I'm at the university, you know. It doesn't give much time for pleasure.
But sometimes, surely. You know, you must come to see me. I have a house in Mayfair.
In Mayfair? Well, I may be going up at the end of next week.
End of next week? Then I'll count on seeing you.
John, do you want the rest of those dances?
I do, but...
Do you want them?
Yes.
Very well, then. Take me out of here and don't leave me. Come along.
Why, Margaret.
Oh, hello, Henry. I'm so terribly sorry about the last dance. I came in here to talk to John. He's been telling me all about Italy, and I didn't realize it was our dance.
I see. Oh, that's all right. Mrs. Marchbanks, may I introduce Miss Utterson and Mr. John Fairley?
How do you do?
You took pity on poor Henry and danced with him, Mrs. Marchbanks. Oh, that was nice of you. And all the time I pictured him as a wallflower. Come along, John, dear. The next dance must be due to start.
Oh, I say, wait a minute. I think it's ours, isn't it, Margaret?
Oh, no, Henry. We have the polka and the quadrille after supper. That's all. Goodbye, Mrs. Marchbanks. Thank you so much for being kind to Henry.